Alright, so let's talk. I'm gonna make a quick video. What's up, guys? What's up, YouTube? What's up, chat? Making a video about the positions in Dota. So just like Smite, there's jungle, there's mid, there's solo ADC, and support. So in Dota, there is 5 positions. There is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously, if you know numbers, you know how to count. 5 position is hard support. So you are looking at, like, I mean, a lot of characters can do different roles, right? It's not just guardians do support, you know, it's nothing like that. Int characters can do 5, you know, strength characters can do 5 position, even some agility characters can do 5 positions. So 5 position is buying wards, setting up, supporting your team to the truest of forms. So let's look at one of these 5 positions here. I think this last game it was hard support, so the Crystal Maiden was hard support. Look at little items she had. Let's look at the scoreboard here, how many wards she bought. Alright, so she bought 12 wards. Wow, this Mirana bought 16. So these guys are the 2 supports. They bought 12 wards, so that ends up being 600 gold. And they usually don't really get that much gold because they're not farming. All their gold comes down to sentry warding, team fights that they get assist on, tower gold, bounty runes. Remember the runes that give gold. So your gold just comes from different ways. While in Smite, you still, by just being near the minions, you get farm. While it's Dota is completely different. You need to actually last hit the minion to get the farm. So, four position, and if you do get any items, let's look at her items here. It's just support items, right? Some HP regen, tranquil boots, which give you HP when you don't fight anyone. Kind of like Teleria, but HP wise. Aeon disc, which just keeps her alive, and just some other point boosters, some just raw stats for her to survive. And then the 4 position is a support as well. It's a softer support, so you're not buying as many sentries, and you are building. You see how this is the 4 support here. She bought actually 1 core item. This item is pretty expensive, 6,000 gold. So she gets to get an extra little bit amount of farm because the 5 position is supposed to be buying a ton of wards. So it frees her up to still buy some wards, but get a little bit more farm. And you're allowed to like last hit a couple more minions. Usually you're more ability based, so you can farm a little bit easier. While Crystal Maiden is pretty bad at farming because your abilities don't clear minions very well. Now 3 position, which is the offlane. So you'll see my man here, Sand King. He was the one initiating. He's the tankier one. He does get a good amount of farm. But after he gets some farm in the early game, he rotates out and really tries to make space, create space, initiate the team fights because he is pretty tanky. And then 2 position is mid lane usually. Where your goal is to farm mid, be efficient, and be some sort of a carry into the late game. There's some different type of 2 positions. There's 2 positions that rotate out early and make plays, like my character in that game. You saw how I rotated bottom, try to make some plays, rotate throughout the jungle, look to fight as often as I can, and make space for my 1 position. Now that we got to the 1 position. 2 position does get a lot of gold. You see how 2 position I did get almost the most gold in the game, but my 1 position pretty much did as the job. He got more net worth than me, and he farmed, and he was our carry. He was the one doing, you know, the immense amount of damage late game, and you have to protect him because he has all the gold. So if you don't protect him and he dies, it can be very scary. So with this being said, how does this even work out? So how does this work out in the laning phase? What is a laning phase? The laning phase is pretty much your 5 position goes with your 1 position. Because he's supporting, right? He's true supporting your 5 position. He doesn't last hit anything. He tries to poke them out. He buys health pots and regen for your 1 position. Make sure that he's, you know, comfy and he's not getting pushed around and killed and annoyed all the time. Then usually there's 2 position is mid lane, alone mid. You 1v1 versus the other mid laner, and you're getting runes. You're trying to farm efficient in the jungle, farm mid lane, and rotate around and gank. 2 position I would say is one of the harder roles because you have to macro a lot of micro, and a lot of macro all around the map. Because there's a lot to do, so if you're not doing all of it at the same time and being efficient, you'll feel the difference. Then we'll say, and then there's 3 and 4 position, which is soft support and offlane together in the offlane. So let's look at the map here. Let's look at the map. How can we see the map? I'm trying to think about how we can see the map. Let's just watch a random game here. So 3 and 4 go bottom lane here. I know that we're gonna be direct the camera, no free camera. So here is bottom lane, right? This is the, if you're Dire, if you're the red team, this is the off lane. So if you notice, it's the closest, this lane is the safest because it's the farthest away from the jungle, right? This lane is closer to the base, while this one's farther from the base. So while this one is closer to their base, so it's safer because this is their jungle while this is the Dire jungle, right? The red jungle to the green jungle. So with this being said, right, you want to put 2 characters here that can annoy their carry and make it really uncomfortable for him to farm, so it make it really hard for their late game to actually be a thing. And then your goal, if your carry, is to be in this lane where your tower should be here, and farm and be efficient and just make sure that you are the winning condition late game. And then mid, as you've seen, tower to tower, it's the one lane that is completely even. Doesn't matter what lane you are. So if you guys have any questions, oops, did I just close the game? If you guys have any questions about the roles, I hope that helped out a good amount. Thanks for watching. So time to keep playing ranked and getting to the top.